Okay, third and final video on the Odyssey PC925L battery install in a Polaris RZR. You can see we've got it in the box now. It fits perfect side to side. I've added a thin piece of real tight cell foam. Got a picture of it right here. It's just something that came out of packing from a DVR player or something like that. I've got a piece of that in the bottom because the bottom of the battery box has an indentation with a hole, and that just makes the battery be supported on the perimeter. So I cut a piece of this and slid it in that indentation, and the battery is like floating on that now. Punched a hole in the foam so it mates up with the water drain hole that's built into the Polaris battery box. I added some aluminum tabs on the both the positive and the negative post here because just the whole arrangement of getting the cables bent up in there, I didn't like it. I'll wrap this post here in a heavy duty 88 or 33 3M tape to keep anything from doing a dead short right here. And I'm also going to put a larger positive plastic or rubber boot over that, something automotive. I just don't have one today. And that'll slide over and protect all those cables because we sure don't want a short out situation. But now it allowed me to tighten these aluminum tabs with the correct torque up against the battery, and then I drilled another hole in these tabs, and now my cables are really tight over here, which is always something you just feel like you really need to be tightening them. But I've been through it before. You can punch the threads out, strip the threads out, or punch the bolt through the front of the battery, and now you're out of the water. Now the battery being higher, what I ran into, and it's exactly 5/8 of an inch taller than the factory battery when it's standing in its normal position. So I came up with a couple of these little plastic bushings that I had. I don't know what they're out of, just something I threw in my spare parts kit. And I've got these plastic bushings underneath of the strap right there. And of course I had to lengthen the bolts, and I think I used 1.25 inch bolt on there because the factory bolts won't be long enough now to reach. I've got them under there. Another little thin piece of that foam padding under here. So I've got a real tight fit on here. That battery is not going anywhere. And the final part is, now when I start the engine and reach down and hit my headlights and turn on my LED or my HID lights, the lights come on, not running around one-eyed anymore. Don't have to wait for a ballast to warm up to refire the second light. And that was becoming a major situation here of late with the old stock battery. So everything's good to go. Red RZR 56 here, saying live to ride another day.